Yo, back at it. Um, Time for that daily. What did you learn today, Q? Or what made you inspired? Or what that lesson was? What was that lesson? Today it is June 12th, 2017. Time 8:50 p.m. Um, Man, today for me has been rough on a couple levels. It was really dealing with people and business and trying to negotiating, terms, man. What makes both parties happy and personalities and egos of that whole thing. And then on a smaller note, well, not on a smaller note, I guess, but, a NBA player that gave shoes to one of the webbings broke on their shoes in the first try. Uh, So obviously that's disappointing and frustrating because of the factory and the situation that is. But more into people and business and dealing with that. What I took away from the day is that business is never a simple thing. You have to deal with the personalities of multiple people before you can close the deal, man. And you got to go through all this. I wouldn't call it bullshit, but everybody's trying to eat, man. Everybody's trying to eat, and it's all about agreements and compromises. And sometimes you can't come to a compromise. You gotta let a deal go, even if you know that in the long term of the deal it would be lucrative. It's just that sometimes it doesn't go that way. So if I had to title this section, I would title it "Learning Curves." Because me as a 28-year-old, and really I've done entrepreneurial things in the past, but this one for me, I'm so involved and so much in the fabric of what's really going on behind closed doors that I'm learning a lot more than what I ever have in the past years. And it's a lot of times in these situations where you learn a lot of things from how people negotiate and how they work, the positives of how they work, and also the negatives. And I've taken all of those and put it into my mind and my brain, and I'm trying to tailor it to mesh everything, all of those stuff into one package, which is myself and how my business is, how it's portrayed and how I carry myself. So those lessons are invaluable, man. And also, man, it's a lot, man. Being that I'm a co-founder of an athletic brand, especially in the shoe business, as a black co-founder, it's very, if not any, it's very few of us, okay? And you have to deal with because this is kind of unprecedented. People would think that I call all the shots and all decisions go through me. The first principles in the whole Q4 brand and family is team. That's the first element of the game. Team. You can't do it by yourself. And so you would think that individuals would understand this. Like, I mean, you really think a 28-year-old that I've only been in this industry 7 years, that I have millions of dollars to build a brand by myself? That is not realistic. And that's not reality. But people expect that for some reason. They think that that's not, no. For me to be successful, I need a team. And my team, I love my team. So any deal that comes across my table first, and I listen to the deal in the terms of how you want to structure it. I can say all day, yeah, that sounds great, awesome, but I'm never gonna say, oh yeah, that's final, because guess what? I have a team of people that believed in that dream. That was my dream. And just as the person that I am, as integrity level, Why would I, without consulting them, say, "Oh yeah, go. That's it. That's what it's going to be." And without me talking to my team, that's what it's going to be. That's completely selfish, and actually it's pretty stupid for you to do that, because I was explaining this to my brother. I feel like one of the issues as human beings, we do not communicate enough. Whether that be because of your ego, your just who you are as a person. You don't like conflict and communication. But it's like this. I see it as if it's a puzzle, right? And you're trying to put this jigsaw big puzzle together. Each piece of that puzzle is another perspective. Think of that piece as a perspective from another person. So you're just one piece of the puzzle. But if you consult with the other pieces and bring it all together, and you work together and you figure it out together, the completed puzzle, when it's all pieced together, is a beautiful image. Whatever that is, it's a beautiful camaraderie shipment, and it's a cooperation, right? You have to consult with the other pieces to put it all together to make it look like it makes sense. You know? So it's frustrating for me when I get texts or stuff like this, and they expect me to just make a decision, and I say to them, "Oh, that sounds awesome. Let me consult with my team, and I'll get back with you." In some cases, some people will look at that like that's some kind of you don't have control of your company, or you're not stepping up enough. And again, this is a learning process for me. It's a learning curves. So at the beginning of this company, because of how the company was structured, it was people, and it still is, when it comes to this business thing, not particularly footwear, but business in general, that people have more knowledge of how to do that than I do. And I'm a sponge. I take it all in. I listen. I take notes mentally, and I know how to conduct myself. When that time occurs for me to do it, I know how to do it. And some people look at that as weakness. But you only have one mouth. You have two ears. You have two of them because one is more important than the other. That's from what I believe. And the two ears are more important than that one which you call your mouth. So that's my take on it. But I do realize that over time, as a co-founder in a brand, you do have to voice your opinions, and I've done that. Can I do it more? I can agree I can do it more, and I will do it more. But only when I know it's time. I know when it's time, and I know when it's right for me. And it's all about being comfortable in your scenario. Not to the point where it's the downfall, because obviously you're gonna be in tough situations where you gotta make the decision, and you gotta be able to do it when you have to do it. Now, if you don't have to do it, don't feel the pressures as well of other people that's not part of your company to make that decision for you. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like people outside of that company, they looking at you like you're weak because you can't do that. You can do it, but you know when to and when not to. And you got to know that internally. So, those are the things that I'm learning, and I'm still learning every day. But I love it, man, because it's just a test. That's all it is. All this stuff that's happening, it's a test to see, okay, yeah, Q, how bad do you really want it? You really want this? You sure? Okay, I'm going to throw this curveball at you right quick. See how you adapt and see if you're really about that life. Oh, man, let me tell you, I'm about that life. I'm about that life. I'm all about that life. I've always been about that life. Any challenge, I love it. Bring it. Even if I fall down, it's cool, man. I'm fine with that. I'll get back up tomorrow, the night of, whenever, and get my shit together and come right back at you if I really want it. And I want it. I'm not afraid of getting what I want, man. And I'll do anything to get it. I'm a Taurus. I'm a bull. I'll bulldoze my way through if I have to. It's really that simple for me. So man, today's been challenging, but I know what I'm here to get, and I know I'm gonna get it, and that's just the end of it. I'm not even stressed out because I already know what's going to happen, and it goes back to what I said in previous voice memos. It's about vision. It's all it's about, man. You're gonna go through the rough seas. You're gonna go through these storms. You're gonna go through the people saying, "Man, I don't see it. Man, you're crazy. We should turn back." But you as a captain gotta be like, yo, my mans, chill. I got you. We got each other. We on this boat together. We gonna steer. I'm gonna steer sometimes. You gonna steer. But as long as we know, if we keep going on this path, we gonna get to that island. Once you got that, that's all you need, man. Team, passion, commitment, and focus. The 4 elements of the game. The 4th quarter. That's life. That's it. So, hey, when that day comes, when these mega deals come through and I'm able to, you'll see it on ESPN and all this, all through the news wire, all over the blogs. Remember before all that happened, I was going through all this stuff I'm telling you about right now. All the hardships, all the negotiations, all of the egos, all of the personalities, all of the agents, all of the front man that's in front of the agents, all this stuff, we as a team had to go through first. So even though the world may see the fruits of our labor, we put a lot of labor in there until you saw those fruits, man. And that's what all journeys that are worth having are about. So that's my takeaway from the day. And we're gonna kick it off tomorrow, dude. Look, we get back up and we grinding tomorrow, dog. Period. That's what we do. We get up and we grind again. So holla. It's 9:02 p.m. Better go get some Thai food, man. Eating vegan out here. Let's get it.